This is our experience as a family of 4 of a magnificent 3 Capes walk. Pack weights were 7 kilos for our 10-year-old, 9 kilos for our 13-year-old, 11 kilos for mum, 16 kilos for dad, with all the food.
Whereabouts home for you guys?
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah. We're dressed up in our painting smocks, ready to go. Drew's going to be really kind to us and not cover us in too much salt spray.
Yep. Exceptional customer service.
Exceptional customer service, yeah, aim to please. We've got an hour on the water, getting crazy.
An hour and a half.
Even though the beach is only about half a mile across the water. So we're going to do some wave jumping and make us all sick before we start a 45k trek. This is the start of our 3 Cape experience. We didn't quite have the right tides to get a nice short dry landing. So boots off and off we go.
Bye bye boat, and we're all just washing the sand off our feet and then we'll be off. Beautiful day.
Step 1 of any quintessential walk experience is a boot cleaning station.
Hello, we're at Surveyor's Cove on day 1 of the Capes Walk, 3rd of January I believe, and we're about 3 k's into our 4-kilometre walk, and we've just discovered this little pool with lots of rainbow starfish.
Leaving Surveyor's Cove.
Well, it's day 1, we've made it. I can see the hut in the distance. This bushland could just as easily be out the back or Newcastle, you know, it could. Hey, I just saw a wallaby.
Means it's really good to send out at the end of the game. Yeah. Especially a game.
Night ones.
Night one.
So this is what you get. You get 4 bunks.
Looking awesome. Lovely thick foam mattress.
Yeah. Pretty, whoa, wow.
Memory foam.
Yeah, memory foam and waterproof. It's good. So this is one of 2 kitchens. So you've got heating, which probably won't be used tonight, and plenty of pots and pans. 1, 2, 3 cooktops, and also 6 USB charge points, which is pretty cool. Bit of Trivial Pursuit, and this is dinner on night 1. Day 2 of our 3 Capes adventure. No, and that's Port Arthur over there. Oh, punishment for playground. We better get out a book and read what punishment for playground means.
We've just read all about dolerite columns and how they were formed, and we're about a third of the way through the walk.
3.98 kilometres.
Going well. It's quarter to 12, so we're setting a cracking pace. But James is enjoying it finally because he didn't realise it could be so social, and it is. Lots of other families and beautiful weather and what?
So this is, we're diligently reading all of the little POIs, points of interest along the way. So this is the cloud forest. Apparently the steep cliffs here blow cold air up and create this little microclimate that's only a couple hundred metres long and unlike anything else on the track. So we're looking for lichen, we're looking for orchids, looking for other different species along the way. 7.5 k's and 3.5 hours into our walk, so we've got another 3.5 odd k's to go. So they have these little pull-out areas, so there's no signage on the track, there's just little spots of interest, and then there's a story in the book which Sam has just been reading to us. This one is Love in the Woods, and this is one in this lovely eucalypt forest, and we're learning all about all the fauna that make their families here.
Such a cool flight out of here.
Such a cool flight, yeah. Unfortunately I've got to walk, so this is the end of day 2. We've arrived at the hut, so that was the choppers that come in. They deliver supplies, deliver ranges, take away poo, that sort of stuff. So it said it was 11 kilometres and the GPS said it was 11.00 on the dot, and most of today was on this boardwalk, but really varied. So that sort of sclerophyll eucalypt forest, some low heath moorlands, more of a wet rainforesty type you know, temperate, cool climate rainforest, really varied. So very pretty. Some 2 or 3 really beautiful views up the coast, but apparently tomorrow is the cracker. But it's not even sure what the time is.
We're at Munro's hut, overlooking Cape. How do you say it? Cape Hauy.
Cape Hauy, Hauy.
The second cape we get to see, and we're about to walk down to Cape Pillar in the morning. We're having kangaroo bolognese.
So this is room 6, and this is what we are in the midst of. We're trying to split our packs between the day packs that we'll use on our 17-kilometre walk out to the Cape Pillar tomorrow, and packing or leaving our standard shoulder packs for that basically get left here. So tomorrow is a 17-kilometre walk, but we leave the majority of our gear essentially around this camp area. So we only take a day pack. It's a lot easier, even though the kilometres are further. It's the morning of day 3. We got up, I set the alarm for 5:10 because we were told that the dawn would be spectacular. But you know, there's going to be no sunrise of any note this morning. It's completely rained in.
Which video?
Which video?
This
The video. Yeah, this is Cecil B. DeMille reporting from Munro
Hut.
Munro Hut.
I thought we'd give you a 360 view.
Yes, which is this. So we're off today. We're off to Cape Pillar, 17 kilometres. Set the GPS and
let's go.
Yeah.
Giddy up.
Off we go.
We'll now trek out to Cape Pillar. Beautiful morning, and can't wait to see the blade.
How you feeling, honey?
Good. I'm scared. Scared for the boys, not scared for me. But we'll be out there on that tip in a short while. Hopefully everyone will take good care of each other.
Chris is reading about poison cats, and I'm standing on a 320 metre precipice, a metre away from sudden death. It's very refreshing to be at a place where you're not pansied and pampered and babied with respect to your safety. You've got to take responsibility, and you've got to consider very, very seriously the decisions that you make that might be very, very foolhardy. They say they haven't lost anyone over the edge. I don't plan to be the first. And I'm getting that little tingling sensation about standing so close to basically a 1,000-foot drop into the onto rocks and into the ocean. Well, this is very dramatic. We're walking up the edge of the blade, and if it looks steep, it's because it is. So one way you've got a whole lot of nothing, and the other way you've got a whole lot of more nothing. So we really are on a razor's edge, as they say. Mum is suitably nervous.
And won't let us up.
No, I'm suitably cautious. So this is the path up, because it just gets narrower and narrower and narrower. Well, we made it. We're 1,000 feet above the Southern Ocean, on top of the blade. It's unbelievable up here, just quite scary. Tasman Island in the background, and 1,000 feet of nothing below us. This is the chasm, so this is a little spur offshoot. It's only recently been opened. It's about another 900 metres off the track, and now we're heading back to Munro, and we've done about 6.5, 7 k's, and it's been magnificent, absolutely stunning. Hopefully we have a great day tomorrow, because it's meant to be 28 degrees and sunny, which will be fantastic. So we're hoping to get to Fortescue Bay and basically jump in our cozies, have a bit of a dip in the Southern Ocean. 17 degrees, it'll be brisk but refreshing, and then it will be onwards to Hobart.
Hello, camera.
Have you had a good time?
Yes, although you do take a while to look at different things.
Yeah. Grown-ups are slow.
This is the coming down off the blade. We've been up the top. Views are fantastic. Everyone's suitably scared, and so now Sam just wants to leave the blade and have some lunch. Amazing views up there. I wouldn't want to stay up there too long though, because it was slightly terrifying, but no, we're good. We survived, we conquered, we did the blade. the Blade, which is where we've come from, everyone. Tasman Island and our intrepid walkers. So what did you enjoy the most about your walk this morning, Sam?
Chocolate.
The chocolate. And you, Jessie James?
The chocolate and the good shoes. No, I'm kidding. No, the wave was awesome. Even though it was a little bit terrifying once you got up the top. I think I can see some people up the top there. It's pretty terrifying though. And yeah, and I liked the walk and because it's a challenge.
And the chocolate too?
And the chocolate keeps it from being too big a challenge.
Okay, and
Oh,
Mr.
hello.
Julian?
Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, I loved it. It was slightly terrifying being on top of the Blade, thinking you're 1,000 feet off the ground, 321 metres I think, but it's exhilarating and absolutely worth the effort.
Well, day 3, we've been to Munro. We're on our way to, what's the next one called, James? Rotunga or something like that. Anyway, I'll get that pronunciation right tonight when I'm there and I can see it. And we passed this is near the turnoff where you go back on the Three Capes track back to Port Arthur, but we found this little thing which a ranger assures us is a cassowary nest. He reckons there's a mating pair of southern cassowaries here. I'm not so sure. What do you think, James? No.
Woohoo! Only 10 minutes to go. We're 17.3 k's into this hefty day of Munro hut and out to the Blade and back and out to the chasm and back. How are you handling it, boys?
It's tiring, but still we're managing it.
Yeah, we didn't have to carry our pack for most of it, which is good.
Yeah, the day pack was fine because if I was carrying this, I wouldn't be here.
You would be here.
No,
Where would you be, mate?
Back at Munro.
Falling off the Blade?
I'd be at the top of the Blade by now probably. And
Mum had your pack.
yeah, and I think it's good because we're nearly there after a long day of hiking. But my pack is not very heavy, so I've got the lightest pack in the family.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts overall? Has this walk been worth it so far, do you reckon?
Yep.
Well, free for me, so worth it.
17.8 k's in on the end of day 3, and here's a sight for sore eyes. Redacuna. Our accommodation for tonight. We made it.
We start again. Oh, it's 6. Day 4, 6:40 a.m. something like that. 6:45, I don't know.
And
That smells peachy.
this is the last day on our Three Capes adventure, and I think it's been well worth it. But I don't like the packs, except they make it a challenge, which is good because if you did all this walking without a pack, then it wouldn't be a challenge.
And you get to go to the beach at the end of it all, which is
Yeah,
good. And we're on the
and-
last bus.
Yeah, which means we have time for swimming, but that also means that. But it could be very cold in the water.
It will be very cold. What have you guys been doing every evening? How have you been filling in time?
We've been
Games.
playing games.
Card games, board games.
7:30 on day 4. It's starting to really rain. We're about to leave. Anyway, this is Redacuna, which is probably the ugliest of all the 3 hut arrangements. Not bad, but anyway, meant to be 28 degrees today, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, it's a long way up.
It's a long way to the top if you've got to go up Fortescue Mountain.
Well, we're well and truly up Mount Fortescue, 1.4 k's into the walk, and it's this, I don't know what you call this, bush, call it bush. It's still drizzly rain, so it's hard to imagine that it's going to hit 28 degrees today, but I'm sure it will. Apparently on the other side of Mount Fortescue we're into a valley where the wind drops off, and it gets very hot. And our children are bleating like lambs.
Is that Cathedral Rock over there?
Indeed it is. 5.3 kilometres in, and we've stopped. You can see down there an amazing little sea arch. So the views out to Cape Pillar.
You can just see the Tasman lighthouse.
Just see the Tasman lighthouse in the distance. Look at that. Just dropping straight into the Southern Ocean. It's 6.76 kilometres in, and this is the junction point where you dump your bags and go out to Cape Hauy. So it's a 2-hour walk out and back. Well, this is the highlight of day 4. We're at Cape Hauy, and it's a glorious day. They promised us still conditions and 28 degrees. Actually, they didn't say it was still. They said it was going to be very windy, but it's certainly not 28 degrees. And if I stand up, it's windy!
Last bag of apples, last 1 hour of walking.
We're 11.6 k's in on the last day. This is the little lizard climb down to Fortescue Bay. Almost finished, and these are all complaining. It's starting to feel the brunt of almost 50 kilometres of walking. It's meant to be 46 k's, but that doesn't include the 2k trip out to the chasm yesterday. So fantastic, and the wind's dropped off a little bit, and the sun's popped out. So, all happy days.
We have survived 3 capes. We came, we saw, we walked for 3 days.
Well, that's kind of the end. That's, I think that's Fortescue Bay over there, or Fortescue Beach. So we've made it. We've clocked up 13.1 kilometres today, and that's 7 hours walking time. The National Parks or the Wildlife and Parks Service here, they really don't leave any time for dilly-dallying. It's pretty hard pushing to, because they said 3, 2, 1, 3 hours to the junction, 2 hours out to Cape Hauy and back, which proved to be pretty accurate, and then an hour for the last kilometre. Very ambitious. Yes, we have arrived. All done.
What do you want cash for? Okay. What do you want cash for?
Ice creams.
What have we done?
3 capes.
How have we done it?
By walking.
How do you feel?
Tired.
But you made it.
Well, if it was 28 degrees, we're going to go for a swim in the Southern Ocean, but it's not 28 degrees. The bus is here, so got our packs ready. We've dumped our rubbish, and this is Fortescue Beach, Fortescue Bay.
Back to the moho.
And all the other nights we've just been playing chess and eating dinner. And I like the dinner, it's really nice.
Which meal was your favourite?
Second night, that was spaghetti bolognese. And it was nice because I've never had spaghetti bolognese that's been dehydrated.
Chris's uncle.
And it tastes different and looks different and is different.
Strange that we don't eat.
Do you have anything else to add, Sam?
No, this is the end of the video.